Hello, and welcome to How to Create Your Own All Natural Hair Care Line in 6 weeks. Now, I know there are many things you could be doing right now, so I thank you for taking out the time to let me share with you how to create your own line. Now, I promise you, you will learn a little something about building a hair care line and about growing your business. So, we're going to jump right in with the masterclass, and I am going to share my screen here. Let me change screens on us, and we are going to start the presentation. And this is how to create your own all natural hair care line. Let me start slideshow here. Yes, I am Stephanie Johnson, and this is how to create your own all natural hair care line in 6 weeks. Now, this masterclass is for you if you are a professional hairstylist, a professional barber, a braider, crochet or hair extension expert, a cosmetology student, or if you are one of these and you are aspiring to have your own product line or one day be a salon owner if you're not already a salon owner. Now, I do realize that in some states, it is not necessary for you to have a license to be a braider or to do crochets or even sometimes hair extensions. So I have added you guys in who do own a business and are working professionally in the industry. Now, if you have been wondering, is it possible to create my own hair care line? How quickly can you produce a product? How much does it cost to get started? Or if it has crossed your mind that everyone has a hair care product and there's just too much competition, well, I am going to answer all of these questions for you today. So don't worry. We're going to get some of these questions answered. Now, I want to let you know why creating your own hair care product is important to you right now. Now, this is a picture. This is an old school picture of some ladies. I love this picture because this is back in the day and it's showing them working there and they're all white. But the only way that they were able to make money, and it still is prevalent today in this industry, is through your physical labor. But I want you to know that you are an expert and you should be monetizing your skills other than your physical labor. We need another avenue of income because our bodies break down and sometimes we get sick, and we want to be able to generate income and keep money coming in. Now, I want you to know that by producing your own shampoos, conditioners, and scalp treatments, that you can reduce your supply costs by 40%. You can increase or even match your present income by retailing on the shelf and custom blend products. So I'm going to get into the custom blend shortly. Now, I want you to imagine if you can create products for your clients that actually works. So often, and I'm going to tell you a few stories down the line, but so often we go through product after product that does not give the results that we want. And we actually have the training to be able to do so. I also want you to imagine if you can roll out your first product in the next 6 weeks, which is very possible with the training that you have now and a little bit more. Now, the purpose of this masterclass, which is the Holistic Hairstylist Masterclass, is to share why creating your own products is a way to generate additional income. I'm going to walk you through the 4 steps it takes to create effective and profitable products. And then I'm going to explain to you how you can work with me to create your own product line and change your life. Now, you're probably wondering, who is Stephanie Johnson? Who is this woman? You may want to know and see if I am qualified to even talk to you about this. Well, my name is Stephanie Johnson. I am the founder of the Hair Care Company, which is my salon that I founded in October of 2000. I am a licensed cosmetology instructor and a holistic scalp specialist. And I launched my own hair care line in 2005. And I went through a few bumps and bruises, and I hope to help you avoid that along the way. And I've also created continuing education courses on hair loss for a platform called Elite Continuing Education Online. And this is a platform where licensed hairstylists must go in and get credits, because some states require that they get continuing education credits to keep their license current. And I have created some classes for them that are credit classes, so people can keep their license current. I also love to watch webinars. I like online marketing. I binge watch Netflix. I read a ton of business books, and I enjoy some good wine and some good cheese. Now, I've been working in the hair care industry since 1988. Here's a picture I took from back in the day. This was in the mid 90s. I lived in San Diego out on the West Coast. I'm now on the East Coast, but that's me in the front in the white shirt. Yes, I cut all my hair off. I went through that. I was going through that phase. Some hairstylists do that, get tired, say, hey, I want to start over. I also did a lot of trade shows and magazine work. This is a picture to the left is the crew that I was with in San Diego and at a hair show. And to the right, I think we were featured in, I believe that was Essence magazine. It might have been Black Hair Sophisticate. I'm not sure. But I did a lot of trade show. I did a lot of magazine work, and I worked in the industry out in California for quite some time. Now, I want you to know that I've done a lot of things right, and I've done a lot of things wrong. And so I hope to help you avoid the things that I have done wrong. So today I am going to share with you what I know about creating your own hair care products, marketing your own hair care products, and creating an additional income for yourself. Now, this is me in the 90s. This was back in San Diego, where I think I had my license for about 10 years by the time this picture was taken. And this was the only way I was able to make money, by standing behind the chair. I did all types of clients, from adults, as you can see, to little kids. But then I moved to the East Coast, and I learned about essential oils and natural products. Now, I knew that I wanted to create products, and I knew that I wanted to be my own brand, but I had no idea how to go about it. So I figured maybe I should hire a company to help me out. Now, this is a picture of my product line back when I first got started. And my first attempt was with a private label company, and it was quite expensive. Now, this was a holistic company, but I felt like I wasn't making a good profit margin on my products. I was spending money to purchase the products, and I wasn't what I was able to sell it for, it wasn't giving me a good return on my investment. Plus, I was not able to articulate exactly what I wanted the products to do, and they were not producing for me. And therefore, the customers were complaining about the performance of the products. So I decided to put my own destiny in my hands, and I enrolled in trichology school. And then 1 year later, I relaunched my product line, and I managed to help many clients regrow their hair and get control of scalp issues. And so here is a client here with over a 9-month period who was suffering from alopecia that I was able to help by formulating hair care products from the knowledge that I had. Then something happened. I went into the hospital and I got ill, and I discovered something. I discovered that chronic illness and medications do not respond well to pre-made products. And these are products sitting on the shelf that are pre-made. And I went to dermatologists, and I just did not know what to do. And even some of the products that I had sitting on the shelf that I had created that my clients love and were buying every day, it was not agreeing with me. And that was because of my medications. So I researched my meds, and then I designed products just for me. I designed products that would help combat the side effects that the medications were giving. So I want to know, are you ready to learn the 4 steps to creating and selling your own products? Because you've heard my story. We're going to jump right into this. So let's go. Now, the first step is to recognize, and I'm going to go over these 4 steps quickly, and then we're going to break each one of them down. The first step is to be able to recognize and analyze common causes of hair loss and scalp ailments. Step 2, you need to be able to formulate. You need to be able to use proper bases, natural ingredients, and essential oils to create products that are effective. Step 3 is to consult We have to go beyond a basic consultation like we've learned in cosmetology school, and we need to learn how to conduct a thorough client consultation to be able to design products that will be effective and work for them. And then step 4 is to be able to market. Now, all of these components are part of marketing, but the number one is the research. And that's where we have a one-up on the product companies and the beauty supplies. So all we need to do is learn how to speak to our clients' wants while giving them what they need. So you ready to dive into the 4 steps and secure the bag? I hope so. Here we go. Step 1 is to recognize. Now, I have a question for you. Do you have clients with hair and scalp problems that you just can't seem to solve? Clients with like dry, itchy scalp. It's flaky all the time. Maybe they've had chemical burns and their scalp constantly sheds. Or here's a client who back in the 90s wore ponytails a lot and the hairpins scratched the epidermal surface of her scalp and began to damage it and started to permanently damage the follicles, and they started to lie dormant. Or clients who have had braids or weaves and have that tension alopecia around the hairline because of the stress that was put on the erector pili muscle, and the muscle just gave way and the hair fell out. Well, I want to let you know, to be able to solve any of these problems, first you must find the source. Now, it could be hormones. Women, especially with women, we have so many stages where our hormones are out of balance throughout our entire life, from puberty in the early 20s to the child rearing years, during our cycle time, or when you're pregnant, and even after pregnancy, and then menopause. The hormones totally goes off the charts. And all 3 of those phases can be the source of your clients having hair loss, scalp issues, dry hair, dry scalp. And hormones can be the reason why they're having some of these problems. It could be just aggressive hairstyling techniques, like the young lady I showed you earlier who pinned in ponytails with the hairpins, and the hairpins began to damage her scalp, or from braids or weaves, which caused the tension alopecia. That's what we would call aggressive hairstyling techniques. It could be, as in my case, medications. It could be medications from high blood pressure or diabetes, sometimes from lupus, or those who have any type of chronic disease, Crohn's disease. There are so many different medications that can cause hair and scalp problems. It could be chemical damage from over the years, getting a relaxer and saying, is it burning yet? Which I used to always tell my clients, the relaxer burning is not the barometer that we use to say that it's ready. So over all those years of burning, it has scarred the top layer of the skin, or it could have come from hair bleach or hair color, from especially high lift color and doing it too often, and the scalp is tender at the time. Or it could just be alopecia. It could be, and we have to know, is it alopecia areata? Is it alopecia universalis, which is something that we cannot help with? So we need to know what the source is first. Now, I want you to know that most hairstylists think an over-the-counter product exists out there somewhere to handle any hair or scalp problem they may face. But here's what happens when you think that. You waste money on products you use once, and then it sits on a shelf collecting dust. And I was talking to you about this earlier. I can't tell you the countless times I have gone into my station and cleaned it out once or twice a year. And at the back of the station, there is a full bottle of something that I have purchased that I used once. It worked. It was terrible. The performance of the product was terrible, and it ended up sitting on the shelf. That's just wasting money. And another thing that happens is that your client suffers with the problem and begins to search for the solution on their own. And that's what you don't want to happen. These are your clients. They listen to you. You are the expert. And yet so often we are sending revenue out of the door, which they would be more than happy to spend with us. Now, I want you to know that clients will pay you whatever you charge to restore their hair or solve their scalp problem. And I want you to know that you have the advantage because you have the personal relationship. That is something that the product companies, the beauty supplies, they don't have. The product companies, they kick out a product, they think of a formula, so they put synthetic materials on it so it'll last on the shelf longer, or they can sell it cheaper and they don't have to have a high price point. And then they say, use it for this problem. They have never talked to your client. They don't know what type of medications they're on. They don't know if they have any chronic illnesses. They don't know if they're allergic to anything. So this is where you have the advantage because you have the personal relationship. Now, I want you to know that the secret is that you can price your products and treatments as you see fit. All you have to do is just set your price. Now, I want to show you some examples. This is my scalp exfoliating system. This is a system that I encourage all of my clients to get 4 times a year. Now, I'm not going to go through what this system does, but I want you to know that there is an active ingredient in there, Dead Sea mud, that I use for the mask. Now, this is a $65 purchase. If they want to purchase the products, come in the salon and purchase the product or purchase it online, which is, I should say, another revenue of income for me. Yes, I do purchase my products online. But here's another thing I want you to know. If they don't want to purchase it, but want us to give them the scalp exfoliating treatment, it is an $80 in salon service. And this does not include the hairstyle. And it is quite labor intense. So that's why we charge $80 and we get it all day long. Here's another one of my systems. This is the follicle rejuvenating system. This is actually the system that I used on the young lady who had the alopecia. And I said it took us about 9 months to get her hair back. Well, this system, it is more expensive because the ingredients, the natural ingredients, cost a little bit more money. So this is a $75 purchase. And you can purchase it in the salon or you can purchase it online. And just side note, the young lady actually came in here because she lives a little ways away from the salon. And for her first couple of treatments, she came into the salon and I showed her what to do. And then for the rest of the time, she did the treatments herself at home. And her husband actually took some of those pictures for me, just so you know. But if you come in the salon to get this service, it's only $45. One reason being is because it's not as labor intense. It takes us about 15 minutes to actually administer the treatment and then put the client under the dryer. So that's why it's so a little bit cheaper. So there are many ways that creating your own hair care product can generate income in the salon. Now I want to show you one more product. This is my vitamin booster. This is an oil and it's full of vitamins and essential oils. And I encourage people to use it for thinning hairlines to just give their scalp a boost to help hair grow. It is a $20 retail product and it is my best seller online and in the salon. But guess what? This product only cost me about $1.25 to produce. So we're talking about maybe a 2,000, don't quote me on the math here, but about a 2,000% markup. And that's something that you cannot get if you go into a place like Cosmo Pro and buy it wholesale and then sell it retail. You will never get this type of return on your investment. So I want to know, are there any light bulbs going on right now? Because you can create and sell your first product or custom treatment service in the next couple of months. Remember, clients will pay you whatever you charge to restore their hair or solve their scalp problem. Now, step 2 was to formulate. And we were talking about being able to use proper bases, natural ingredients, and essential oils to create the products. Now, I want you to know that most hairstylists think that you need to hire a private label company and spend thousands of dollars to have a product line. Excuse me. But here is what happens when you think that. You spend thousands of dollars and go through many prototypes of products that does not give results. So it's a little truth time here. I want you to know that with a little training, you can learn how to create effective products at a low cost and get a high return on your investment. The secret of you creating your products is the power of essential oils and natural ingredients. Now, I want you to know that essential oils and natural ingredients has the ability to trigger the body's own healing mechanisms to promote hair health, as opposed to synthetic materials that just treat the symptom or sometimes even makes it worse. So that's basically what essential oils does. It triggers the body to heal itself. There are over 300 essential oils that are used in circulation today. So the possibilities are endless. My passion is hair restoration. I am very passionate about helping women grow their hair back. And so I created a product line that deals with hair restoration. But you may want to have a product line. Suppose you're a braider. You may want to have some type of dry shampoos or deodorizing sprays and things like that for women, or for women who work out to refresh their hair. You may be into natural hair and you want to create a product to help their hair retain moisture and make some type of curling gels or curling puddings that are all natural. And you can definitely do this because the possibilities are endless when you're dealing with essential oils and natural ingredients. Essential oils and natural ingredients are among the most powerful healing agents the natural environment has to offer. And I have a picture of some here, things like shea butter, and you have white clay. You heard me mention Dead Sea mud, which I like to use a lot. There's mango butters, there's almond oils, there's cocoa butters. There are all types of clays you can use. There's cayenne pepper. There's pepper essential oils. There are just so many natural ingredients and essential oils that you can use that, like I said, the possibilities are endless. So in a nutshell, essential oils and natural ingredients helps the hair and scalp function at its maximum potential. And that's all your clients want. They want the result. Now, step 3 was to be able to conduct a thorough client consultation. Now, I want you to know that most hairstylists think that the basic salon consultation will give you enough information to solve the client's hair scalp problem. But in cosmetology school, we're only taught how to see if the hair is porous enough, whether it has good elasticity. Is it thick? Is it fine? Is it medium? And that doesn't answer any questions for us. So we need to be able to make a thorough consultation. But as far as thinking that the basic works, here's what happens when you think that. You miss the opportunity to get to the root of the problem, solve the issue, and create products and services that produces additional revenue. But I want you to know that with the proper training, not only will you be able to create on-the-shelf products, but you can also offer a customized product with your client in mind. The secret? Finding out exactly what the body is not producing that encourages hair growth. Blend natural ingredients and essential oils that will kickstart what's not working, and then power pack your products with those ingredients. There are maintenance products such as hairsprays, gels, and edge controls. There's medications, there's medical conditions, and even allergies that can cause reactions that lead to many hair and scalp problems that we face today. So this is what being a holistic scalp specialist is all about. It's about finding out what the hair and scalp needs by having an extensive consultation with the client, power packing products with a formula of essential oils and natural ingredients that you've created, and then beating those negative effects into submission. Good client consultations leads to good results, and that's what the clients are looking for. They're not looking for a pretty bottle with a label. They're not looking for a product that necessarily smells good, or they're not looking for a product that is cheap and low cost. What they are looking for are results, and that's what we can give them because we have the personal relationship with the client. Now, step 4 is to market. We need to learn how to speak to our clients' wants, but also be able to give them what they need. Now, you may be thinking that marketing is something that is reserved for experts in the advertising field, or that you must be a social media guru to grow your business, or you have to hire an agency or consultant to make awareness of your products. But here's what happens when you think that. I love to tell you this is what happens when you think that. You don't take advantage of organic growth and you miss opportunities your customers will present to you. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to throw out a few statistics for you first, and then I'm going to bring it back around to this organic growth. Now, I want you to know that the hair care industry generates about $15 billion just in the United States alone. Okay. Now, in the last 5 years, there has been a steady upward trend in spending. And if you're like me and you have a mostly African-American clientele, the African-American hair care industry is estimated to exceed $2.5 billion. And we're not including wigs and extensions and flat irons and combs and brushes. That's excluding that totally. We're talking just hair care products. And African-American spending for hair care will increase by 10% by 2024. I should say people of color, because all people of color are not Americans. But what I am saying here is that people of color, we spend a lot of money on hair care because we do have such issues with so many products that are out here on the shelf. And what needs to be done is we need to get products formulated with natural ingredients and formulated just for us through consultations. Okay, now I want you to know that there is room to grow, and clients, as I said earlier, are looking for results. And so when you are able to give these results, because we know that they're spending money on it, it's automatically going to make your business grow, because people are going to notice their hair. They're going to ask them about it. And they're even going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their family, and you'll get organic growth just from them. We're not talking about, your social media marketing that you can do. There are so many ways you can end up with an online store. The possibilities are endless. But when you give those results, trust me, your business will explode. So the bottom line is we should be making this money for ourselves. We not only can give them a great hairstyle, but we can create the products that will give their hair exactly what it needs. And this is what beauty supplies and product companies are missing. As I said earlier, it is the personal relationship with the client. Remember, clients are looking for results. And I love to say that it is getting paid is so much better than getting played, because that's what these product companies and beauty supply houses are doing to us. They're playing us. We are the engine that makes the industry grow. Yet we're the lowest man on the totem pole when it comes to generating revenue from products. And it should not be that way. And they are using us to get what they need. They generate millions and millions of dollars, and without us, they would not have the money that they get. So we need to be bringing that home to us. And I always love to say that getting paid is so much better than getting played. So let's look at some client results that I have gotten over the years. This was the young lady I told you who had the ponytail. We gave her treatments. I think we used our follicle rejuvenating treatment. This still wasn't on the shelf. Every 2 weeks, and within 4 months, she managed to get all of her hair back. And here's another client who I made a customized treatment. She had 4C hair. She wasn't losing hair, but her problem was her hair was so hard to manage. I mean, when I would see her come into the salon, literally my whole countenance would change, because I would just be like, oh my goodness, I have to go through all of this hair. And her hair falls below her shoulder. And I thought one day, I was like, well, if I can make products and have made products to help my clients grow their hair back, let me try my hand at whipping up something all natural to make her hair more manageable. And guess what? It worked because of the training that I have. And I'm not going to read over the whole thing, but the last sentence, she says, you can tell the treatment is made with natural products, unlike common beauty supply store products. I will 100% recommend that everyone try customized hair care products. So like I said, the possibilities are endless. It doesn't necessarily have to be for someone who is losing their hair or has thinning hair. That's just what I chose to do. So, do you want to hear how I can help you? I hope so, because this is how we can work together, and you can create and launch your own product line in 6 weeks. Now, the Holistic Hairstylist Training Program is all about helping you launch your products and services as swiftly as possible. It's about helping you grow your business, helping you create an additional avenue of income. And so let's take a look at the program. Now, this is a 6-week live interactive class held every Monday for 6 weeks. In week 1, we're going to talk about understanding hair loss and scalp issues. If you don't know what's causing the problem that your client is having, you can't help them, especially when it comes to hair loss. So we do a deep dive into that. In week 2, we learn about carrier and essential oils. We'll talk about carriers, not just an oil carrier, but some of your natural ingredients that can be carriers, such as your lotions and your butters and your conditioners and your shampoos. And we're going to deep dive into the essential oils. In week 3, we'll talk about the natural ingredients that we use, things like vegetable glycerin, and how do you use xanthan gum, and how do you use cayenne pepper, and so different natural ingredients, and how do we use Dead Sea mud, how do we use clays, and when we should use them. In week 4, we're going to talk about bottling, labeling, and logo making. You know, since we deal with natural ingredients, there are certain types of bottles and certain ways that it needs to be stored in order for your client, for your products to maintain its integrity. Plus, you still want a good looking label, and you need to learn how to make logos so we don't have to spend a lot of money hiring someone else to do this. So we go over this in week 4. In week 5, we deep dive into the client consultations. We get the list of questions. We learn how to ask questions. We learn how to research. How do we research their medications? How do we come up with a formula to actually help them? And so we talk about that in week 5. And then in week 6, we talk about how do you market this to your clients? How do you market the products that you maybe decide to have on your shelf, or even if you want to do a more boutique style, or if you want to do both. And so if you want to do the custom blend, we talk to you about how you market that to your clients, especially when you think that a pre-made product might not help your client. How do you convince them that this is what they need? Now, you'll also receive the Holistic Scalp Specialist Certificate of Completion. It's a beautiful certificate that you can put in a frame and put up near your station, which your clients will definitely ask, oh, you know, what is that? When did you get it? And what is it for? And so that is a good segue into introducing your products. You also get an Understanding Hair Loss guide. That is so prevalent among women of color today, hair loss. So there's a whole guide where we go through that. You will get my hair treatment recipe booklet. This is to get you started. Now, I want you to know that in this course, I do not teach you, I do not give you a fish, but I teach you how to fish. I'm sorry, I almost worded that wrong. So I'm not giving you certain the recipes and then you make this, but what I am doing is teaching you how to use the oils, how to use the natural ingredients so you can create for yourself. But my hair treatment recipe booklet will get you started. You can add to it, you can take away from it, you can leave it as is, just to get you started and to start putting some products on the shelf as you explore and learn how to create for yourself. There's also email communications where I often send out emails when there's something new coming up. When I deal with the companies where we get our natural ingredients and where we can get our essential oils from if they come out with something new. If I discover, which happens all the time, a new ingredient that can be used for a certain condition. I was going to say ailment, but I like to say condition. I like to email that to you. And then there's also future live group coaching sessions. So once the 6 weeks is up, you're not done with me. Periodically, I have live coaching sessions with holistic hairstylist graduates, and we share with one another. And if you've come up with something, you may take over the coaching session one week. We just never know, but it is a community. You are not left by yourself. And so once you join, you're in. So I want you to know that if you're here, it's not an accident. I know that you are driven to grow your business and to grow your brand. So once again, I'm going to go over who the program is for. It's for the licensed hairstylist, the licensed barber, braiders, crochet and hair extension experts, cosmetology students, and those of you who are aspiring to have a product line or a salon. So how do you enroll in the program? Well, First of all, I want you to know that I am not going to tell you the price of the program because I want to make sure that you are a good fit for this program. And I promise you, it's not very expensive. It is an investment, but this investment will help you make money, and it is a great return on your investment. So I need to know that you are a good fit for this program. And the way we do it is by doing a qualifying consultation call. And you should see the link at the top of your screen right now where you can click on it. This call is absolutely free. And so, like I said, I'm not going to tell you the price. It's not very expensive. I promise you it will not break your pockets, but I need to make sure that you are serious about this program and that most of all, you are qualified. This is about the salon professional getting in on part of the industry that we have been locked out for far too long. So click on the link and book your phone call. Our next session will be starting soon. So I want you to know that space is limited. Since this is a live interactive class, I can only take so many students at one time. So click on the link and book your phone call. Now, before we go, I want you to imagine a few things. Imagine if in the next 2 months, you can launch your own products. Or if by the end of the year, you manage to expand your clientele by 50%. Or within the next year, you match or even exceed your current income with your new products and services. And all of these are very doable. So if you're thinking about it and you want to make a change and you're very interested in creating your own products, solving your clients' hair and scalp issues, and growing your business, book your free qualifying consultation call. Click on the link and book your phone call now. So I'm going to come out of this and I need to stop sharing this. And so I do want to thank you. Let me turn it back on. Thank you for taking out the time to check out the webinar, or I should say the masterclass. Click on the link above, book your qualifying consultation call, and let's get your business going and take it to the next level. So with that, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I will be speaking with you soon. Bye.